Diabotical has been offline for 2 weeks now, and they are hard at work making changes. However, I don't just want to reiterate what they've already told us, so today we will go over what has already been said, along with things I would personally like to see. Let's dive right in. Firstly, with almost no marketing, the beta saw an influx in signups, partly due to streamers like XQC, Shroud, CDN III, and more. This is incredible for the game's health. Now, Too Good needs to gather not only those streamers, but more to generate interest in the game. I would love to say this would guarantee Diabotical's success, but I can't. In order for Diabotical to become successful in the long term, they need to address a major issue that I've heard almost every player who is 100% new to AFPS games talk about. They all say the game gets boring quickly, or some variant of that. Players want to feel rewarded when they're playing the game. That's something modes like Deathmatch and Wipeout can effectively offer for the in-between known as hardcore players. These players aren't casual, yet they don't really play the game competitively. Thankfully, the good studio has an answer for this. The team will be differentiating between ranked and competitive. Ranked is for those players who don't feel good enough or don't want to compete through modes like Duel. On top of this, they are also adding more competitive and ranked modes. This should help bring in the more hardcore scene and hopefully add a layer of replayability for them. Now, onto what more competitive-oriented players have noticed. The netcode is a bit wonky, and with the combination of rockets, it created something we have seen out of the Quake Champions CBT days. Luckily for us, they said there is room for improvement on the netcode, and they will be redoing some portions of it to balance out rockets more. This was my major complaint. While I didn't think weapons needed a buff to stay relevant, I definitely thought rockets just shined above everything else. Finally, there were a few issues Too Good addressed. Things like having 1 block height minimum versus half block height created some interesting scenarios with rockets. This being that if you are 1 block below your opponent, it makes aiming at them with rockets nearly impossible. Seeing how many maps focus heavily on rocket play, this was a big issue for them. On top of the addition of half block heights, they are adding shotgun cone segmenting. Without too much detail on this, I can't 100% say what they mean by this. However, I think we can infer here. Looking at my MS Paint graphic, you can see that the old shotgun was more of a projector. With this new system, again referencing my MS Paint graphic, the shotgun will have preset distances to where the pellet spread will start to expand. This is great and should add a layer of consistency with the shotgun and make it easier to hit max damage at closer ranges. Now for things I would personally love to see. While it might seem like a trivial change, I would love to see damage scaling with crossbow. You should be rewarded for hitting shots across the map with a max damage cap of let's say 120. This would also allow for the additions of crossbows on other duel maps over the pincer. Something else I've been wanting to see are weekly rotating modes. This would be a separate playlist of course, but would compile some of the most loved modes of previous Quake and other games, like Freeze Tag and Gun Game. These are modes that if you have like 10 to 20 minutes to game during a weekday, you can just queue in and play for fun. Overall, the changes coming to Diabotical are something everyone should look forward to. There were many changes I didn't list here, but down in the description you can find a link to all the changes to come for open beta. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. You guys are great. Like always, if you agree or disagree, tell me down in the comments below. Until next time though, peace.
frag.